Hey, it is day 17 of a series I'm doing where I'm inviting you to read the book of John with me to start 2026. And even if day 17 today is the first video you're seeing, it's not too late at all to join. I'd love for you to join us for today and for the rest of the series if you want. What this series looks like is each day we've been reading one chapter of John, and each day I post a video sharing what I liked and what stood out to me about the chapter for that day. And you can say what you liked and what stood out to you as well in the comments. And so in this way, we've been having our own little Bible study to start the year to help build a daily Bible habit. So if you haven't joined us, I'd love for you to join us. Today is day 17, so that means we read chapter 17 of John today. This is what I liked and what stood out to me when reading. The entirety of chapter 17 consists of Jesus praying. Jesus prays for himself and for God to be glorified, he prays for his disciples, and he prays for all of us as believers. And it really stood out to me today just how important prayer is. And I love the things that Jesus prayed. When Jesus is praying for himself and for God's glory, I like that 1, this is the shortest of his prayers in this chapter. He prayed longer when he was praying for others. And that just shows how much Jesus' care was on others and not himself. And 2, when reading this little section of prayer, I really liked verse 4 that says, I have brought you glory on earth by finishing the work you gave me to do. Jesus knows he is about to die on the cross for us. And so he knows he's coming to the end of his life. And what a great thing to be able to say whenever you come to the end of your life. To be able to tell God that you've brought him glory on earth by finishing the work he gave you to do. And that's just something I want to be true in my life as well. That I bring God glory on earth, and that I finish the work that he gives me to do. And then when Jesus is praying for his disciples, he talks about how he's given them the words that God's given him. And he prays for their protection and for their sanctification, which is to make them holy, because he knows he's about to be sending them into the world. And then whenever he prays for all of us as believers, his prayer is that we may be one, and that we may be brought to complete unity. And he prays this so that the world will know that God sent him, and that God loves the world as he loves him. And so in all these things, it reminded me that God's desire for us is to protect us, to sanctify us and make us holy, and for us all as Christians and believers, to be one and brought together in unity, so that the world will know that God loves us and loves them, and so that Jesus will be made known to everyone. So super powerful prayers from Jesus today, and this just reminded me how important prayer is. And so I know we already did prayer requests in day 9, and I've been praying and will continue to pray that God would answer those prayers. But I just wanted to open it up again today, that if you have a prayer request, something you need prayer for that you're believing for, and that you would want others to stand with you in prayer for, comment a prayer request if you want. I'd love to pray with you, and I'll be praying and believing that God would answer every single one. And I encourage everyone who's been a part of this series, just as we did and have been doing with the prayer requests from day 9. If you see a prayer request in the comments, I encourage you to stand with them in prayer as well, so that we may all be one and unified in believing that God would answer those prayers. And so if you want, comment a prayer request, and let's believe and pray that God would answer today. This is what I liked about chapter 17 today. Thanks so much for joining me, and thanks so much to everyone who's been sharing what they liked. It's been amazing to read all of those, and I've been enjoying learning from everyone so much. That being said, I'd love to know what you liked about today. Let me know in the comments. I'll see you tomorrow for day 18, where we'll look at chapter 18 of John.